Hello everyone, my name is Virasa Siddiqui and today I'm going to talk about how to create a custom widget to update some of the fields in the user form. So let's understand it by an example. For that I will be starting creating a widget here. So go to service portal and then widgets, click new, and let's name the widget user update information. Name the ID with the same name and then click submit here. Okay, open this widget again and open the widget in widget editor. Okay, so when you open the widget and in the widget editor you see three parts basically. One is server script, other one is client script, and the HTML template. So over here we'll be writing a scripts, as I said, to update some of the user fields from here. So I already have a script written so that I can save some time in typing. So let's start by copying and pasting here. So this is the first piece of the script that I have written. So what it is doing actually, so I created a array object data.user info. This object, this array object is going to store the user data for the current user who is logged in. So I'm using gs.getUserID as an add query parameter. So it is going to basically pull the name, phone, mobile phone, and email information for the current user who is logged in. So just save this thing. And if you want to make sure that the current the script that you have typed so far is right and you are getting the correct information, so I have some small debugging, or you can write something here like jgs dot add info message and write something like name of the user uh, is equal to, what we can say is data dot user info, and since it is an array, so we should put 0 here and then name and try to save it. Oh yeah, we need to enable the preview for this. So you can see that name of the user is Virasat Siddiqui. So that means that so far my script is running fine. I'm able to extract the current user information. So what I'll do basically, I'll just comment this out and uh, uh, move on from here. So next thing is, after creating this, I will create an HTML. So I have a script for this. Let's copy it from here. And what I will do, I will minimize this thing and just write the HTML from here. So this is very straightforward HTML that I have written. Basically, I have like 4 fields here. If you see phone, name, and mobile phone, and the email address. So name field, I made it read only because I don't want users to modify this. The users can only modify the phone information, mobile, and email information. And then there is a button that I have it here, is basically when the user information is received from the database, user can click this button and update the information. So let's see how it looks in the preview. So this is how the HTML looks in the preview window. So as you can see that I have some bootstrap classes like panel body and this panel and panel default. Other than that, I also created some custom classes like border and background, just to explain how can you write a custom class here. So for that I need to open CSS, and what I can do, I can close this thing and write a custom class here for border and background. So again, I mean, I'm just going to copy and paste my script from here. So now save this thing. What I'm doing is basically providing a border with a solid blue information and a background color of this. So what it is going to do, it is going to change the background color and border information of the panel body. So let's save it and see if it changes. So now you can see that there is a border information, solid blue, and background is changed. So the CSS is complete, so we don't need this window anymore, so we can close it out. After that, let's see what I have after that. Then we need to basically write ngrepeat. So I can close this window, go to server script here. So we have this user data, and the user data is stored here in this object. So what I'm going to do, in this panel body, I need to repeat this data. So I'm going to say ng repeat is a Angular directive, and I can say is n in data dot user info. So basically what it is going to do is going to loop through this data dot user info object and put every variable in this n variable. So after ng repeat, we need to say here ng model. We can do a copy here. So in order to put this thing in a variable field, you need to use ng model. Ng model is basically a binding directive for Angular. So what it is going to do is it's going to put name property of this n object in this name field. Similarly, what we can we have to do the same thing here for phone. So ng model here, so we can put here phone, and for mobile phone, and the last one is email. Okay, now save this, and you should be able to see these values in the preview windows. Okay, so it is for some reason not coming. Let's see what's happening here. N in data user info and dot name. So I don't know why this thing is not coming here. Oh, it's because there is spelling mistake here. Ng repeat. me stop the recording and pause the recording, and let me troubleshoot it, and I'll come back. Okay, so I was able to fix this thing. Now you can see the I mean the data here, which is my name is showing up here. But at the same time, I don't have any information: phone, mobile phone, and email information. So let's go back to the user form and type some information here. Okay, I think this is my ID here. Let's type business phone. Go to 8800. Mobile phone would be 571 0999, and email address is sticky at fctech.com, and update it. Now go back to our widget and see if this information gets pulled. So you can see it now. This information is getting pulled here from the user form, the information that we just entered. So now we have the current data here. Now we need to write a script to update it. So when we click this, it should be able to update the information. Right now when I click it, it does nothing because there is no code behind it. So let's do it from here. Okay, so from this button I need to write this function ngclick. On ngclick I need to call a function to update this data. So we don't need this right now. Minimize this thing. Now open the client script, and we probably do not need this as well. And here, this is the client script part. Here we are going to write the this function c.update.user. So I already have that function here. Just copy and paste. Save it. So basically what I'm doing here, when user clicks this, it calls this function and pass this n object to this function. This n object is the same object that we are getting it from here. So we receive this n object, and basically creating three fields: c.data.phone, c.data.mobile number, and email address. We need to create these fields in this syntax in order to be received in the server script. So we created these three fields so that we can get this into the server script, and then you have to do c.server.update, so to send the data from client to server. And after that, this then is a promise, an Angular promise, and we are we're basically initializing this object after this is done. So let's save this thing, and let's open the server script again. Now it is done. So let's preview it. It's not going to do again anything because we are just we are not updating anything in the table yet. So if we do this thing, it's not going to basically do anything. So what we need to do, we need to write here some update statement, whatever the changes that you make. So if I make a change in my phone number to this and click update, it should update data into the table. But if you can see it, right now it didn't change. So for that I need to write a server script. So let's go here, This is what I have now, and click save. So this part of the server script is the first thing that I'm checking is input. So this piece of the code is only going to run if there is a input. So if you don't put this input, what is going to happen? This is always this piece of code is going to run when the page loads, and you will get some JavaScript error message. So in order to basically, and you can see that I can show you. If I minimize this thing and minimize this, if I save this thing, it's gonna give you some error messages. Actually, no. So let's yeah. So this is what this is the purpose of this code. Anyway, I didn't get the error message, so let's talk about this code. So if what I'm saying is, if there is an input, this piece of code is only going to run then. So here I am again basically creating an update object with on sys user table. My add query is querying the current user again because you want to update the current data, and here you access this client script variables using input dot phone or input dot mobile phone number. So this is what I'm doing it. So input dot phone is going to this phone is updating phone, and input dot mobile phone is updating mobile number, and similarly the email address. In the end, I am typing the update information to the table. So when I save it, okay. So now if I change the mobile phone is 1 1 and update it, it should update the table now. So let's see. Yeah. So now this data is coming from the user form. So if you see that the phone information is changed. Now if I want to change my email address, if I if you type here wcd key.2 and save it and update it, oh actually I think made a mistake. So you need to update first and then refresh it. So this information is changed now. So this is all I wanted to talk about. Thanks for watching my video.